So the point of this video today, I'm going to go with Transparency Tuesday, because what Greg and I are trying to work on more this year is being a little bit more transparent about, what it is we want to accomplish this year. And I think it's going to help us connect with other filmmakers and other creatives and other people out there in order for us to really achieve some of the success that we hope to have as we continue to do films. So what I've realized over the past year and a half or so is it's important for all of us to be very transparent and open about the successes and failures that we have, because we have to all learn from each other if we're actually any of us are going to have any kind of success. I'm currently reading a book called Principles by Ray Dalio, and he was the former CEO of a hedge fund called Bridgewater Capital. I hope that's right. Bridgewater Associates. It may be that. One of the things that he says, though, is that, a theme in the book is meaningful work and meaningful relationships is like two of the biggest things that he is a proponent of. So for us, I think to have that meaningful work, it's incredible. It's important for us to also have that meaningful relationship with the people that we work with and the audiences that we want to share our work with. So with this Transparency Tuesday, though, I want to talk more about the struggles that Greg and I had in regards to trying to make our first feature film, Paradise. So the message that we did not want to give to people that we'd already kind of spoken to about working on the film was that we could not do the film right now. That was like the last thing we wanted to get to, and unfortunately we had to do that over the last couple of weeks. Tell people that, like, not that we're like not going to do this, but like it just isn't going to happen right now. And we really worked hard to try to get that project in a position to make it happen. And what we realized through the whole process, though, is that we were having a hard time talking to a lot of people about some of their successes, some of their failures, and making their own features. So part of that's on us, because it's important for us to connect with people ourselves. I think all of it too, though, is that as a film community, sometimes we are definitely very quick to share a lot of the things we're doing, a lot of the successes that we're having, and a lot of the projects we're working on. But I think it's also equally important to share some of the struggles so that we can all learn and grow together, because we shouldn't think that if you're having success that you need to hold those secrets. The pie is very big. There are more outlets for content now than ever before, and they're still growing. Even Apple, for example, has not even launched all of the stuff they want to do, but you hear about people investing billions and billions and billions of dollars into content. So we shouldn't be afraid to share the success and share what we did to kind of get there. That's not saying that like you should, stick your neck out for everybody. You have to still cultivate those relationships in order to really vet someone and things like that. But it's important to share like what we weren't able to do, what some of those failures were. And I apologize for kind of rambling there a little bit, but the big thing here is when Greg and I were trying to fundraise for Paradise, it was just a roller coaster. It was, do we submit the script into competitions to win competitions? Do we find agents? Do we find managers? Do we contact high wealth people to see if they want to invest? Do we go with producers in the big cities like New York and LA and so on and so forth? Do you find a sales lawyer? All these kind of things that we went through. And, one of the things I will look back on is what really is hard, I think, is the chicken or the egg thing, because Greg and I, as a company, have not made our first feature yet. So obviously, someone's going to be apprehensive to invest in a feature-length film if you have never made a feature-length film. And that makes total sense. We can sell ourselves all day, but we all have to remember that the film industry is a business. Like, it is a business. Your talent can definitely get you a lot of places, but you have to have some business acumen in order to get there and survive. So, we had a stellar business plan. We had some nibbles from people all over the country, but nothing concrete actually happened for us. And that doesn't mean that it won't happen, because there are still people who are genuinely interested in our Project Paradise. But it's important for us to kind of pivot and really look at what's important for us and important for the goals that we want. And I say that for you as well, for anyone making film. You know, if you're trying to do something and you get knocked back, you just got to pivot sometimes. You got to keep going, because all of us are talented. All of us can find success. All of us can be successful. But it's also important to, again, share that success, but share those failures. Share what has been difficult. So, you know, for us, we decided to hire people before going out for fundraising, because we wanted to have a package deal together, cast and crew, saying, hey, here's what everybody has done before. Here's why your money's going to be okay. Here's how we can make your return, so on and so forth. Now, would it have been better to do that backwards and say, hey, it's just the two of us. Here's our project. We're going to do this, this, and this. We're going to hire these people. We're going to cast these people. But we want to get these funds in place before we do so. You know, I don't know the chicken egg situation there. And it's different for everybody. The situation of getting the film made is different for everybody. But that doesn't mean that we can't share what we did correctly and incorrectly for a lot of us to just become better filmmakers. It's important for us to be vulnerable and be transparent when thinking about film, especially in Ohio, because the better that we all do, the better the region does, the better the industry can be as a whole. And it is important for a lot of us to tell these stories, because there are so many new stories, so many niche stories, so many unique stories that we can all tell, especially in Ohio and this whole region in general. So, you know, my call to action would be to make sure that we're all kind of working together, that we're being transparent, that we're opening ourselves up a little bit to this vulnerability, so that we can build meaningful relationships and do some meaningful work. So that's our Transparency Tuesday, and we'll be in touch.